Columbus Day. A day when an Italian explorer, Christopher Columbus, with the help of the Spanish crown, set out to find a new route to the Oriental, but apparently found America by accident. And thus, we celebrate the day when Columbus found America by accident, and we praise him for that. So there we have Columbus Day. But apparently, people do not know the whole story of Christopher Columbus. People do not know the real, what he did after he explored the New World, what he was doing. Apparently, he had 4 voyages, and he left behind a trail of carnage. Columbus is a piece of shit. Columbus is a dick. He deserves to be in the ranks of Hernan Cortez and Francisco Pizarro being those two who basically overthrew the Aztec and the Inca Empire by the sword. And Christopher Columbus deserves to be in that category. If you don't believe me, well, if you haven't been a history whiz or paid a lot of attention to history, of course, Christopher Columbus's history, he kept a well-written journal. He was very explicit, very literate on what he was doing on his voyages. Here I got a few links for me to tell you, and I'll tell you this right now. One of these parts of his journal says, the Indians are so naive and so free with their possessions, and no one who has not witnessed them would believe it. When you ask for something they have, they never say no. To the contrary, they offer to share with anyone. They would make fine servants. With 50 men, we could subjugate them all and make them do whatever we want. Is this still a guy you want to celebrate and praise? If you're not considered, or if you're still not convinced, I got some more. Christopher Columbus was also a raping, murdering, enslaving, and genocidal pedophile. Columbus began rewarding his lieutenants with sex slaves, particularly young girls who had been forced into sexual slavery. In a letter to a friend, Columbus remarked upon how girls between the ages of 9 and 10 could be used as currency. 100 castellanos are easily obtained for a woman as for a form, and it is very general, and there are plenty of dealers who could go about looking for girls. Those from 9 to 10 now demand. Is this still a guy you want to idolize and celebrate for the bank's closing for a day off from school? Still not convinced? Well, I got more. He greed mildly stated, Columbus began rewarding his... Oh, whatever. No. That's a little bit of thing. Sorry about that. Let me see. Also, oh yeah. In addition to smallpox and other diseases, which wiped out huge segments of the native population, the sudden influx of forced labor in the New World resulted in mass imbalance in the ecology and workforce of the native peoples. It is estimated that over the next 50 years, the final death toll from post-Columbian disease and starvation was in the range of 3 to 5 million people. Columbus gold exports also resulted in the parlay of the gold economy of the Gold Coast in Africa. This led to the rise of African slaves as a dominant commodity in that region, which inadvertently makes Columbus the father of the transatlantic slave trade. The point that I'm trying to say is, Christopher Columbus was fucking awful. He's a fucking piece of shit. He's a scumfuck. He discovered the New World much like a meteorite discovered dinosaurs. And good old Columbus, sex slaver, mass murderer, and champion of sociopathic Imperialism has its own fucking federal holiday. This is an honor shared by Abraham Lincoln and Martin Luther King fucking Jr. I repeat, he is the father of the transatlantic slave trade. So, Atticus a death metaler, but Columbus Day is an American tradition. You want to know how Columbus Day came to being? Columbus Day was established in the early 1930s by a male-only Catholic organization known as the Knights of Columbus. They wanted to make a Catholic role model to their kids to look up to. So they pressured Roosevelt, Franklin D. Roosevelt, who is the liberals, like, they pretty much idolize FDR. They pretty much idolize him. They pretty much, like, the Knights of Columbus, they pressured this liberal president into making it a federal holiday. And thus, FDR was like, alright, calm your tits down, I'll just sign it off. And no, I'm not saying that, it's the liberals' fault for making Columbus Day. It's the fucking crazy wacko Catholics from the Knights of Columbus Club who pressured FDR to make this a national and federal holiday. So if you still think that Columbus should be remembered, just so you know, it's like slapping the face of every Native American community and their ancestors who have been subjugated to disease, rape, genocide, and mass murder. That is what you're going with. So please, reconsider. Think of the people who settled here first. Celebrate the people, the native peoples, who once flourished in this land that we call America, before the white man came and cultivated, enslaved, raped, and murdered these poor, unfortunate people. So please, reconsider. Oh, and by the way, it was Leif Erikson that was the first Westerner that explored America. So, fuck you, Columbus, you piece of shit, cum-sucking, dick-sucking, cock-wrangling motherfucker. This is Atticus, a death metaler. If you like this video, please like it, subscribe to my channel. I have some of all the info that I talked about on the link in the description below. And of course, happy Native American Remembrance Day, everyone. As I will say again, fuck you, Christopher Columbus. Fuck you.